Hey, what's up, YouTube? GJFX here, back with another video. First of all, I want to thank you guys for all the support. 426 subscriber road to 1K. Thank you for all the support on my second video. In the second video, I suggested if I should do a weekly series on my live 10K my Forex Fund challenge. Not challenge, actually a live 10K my Forex Fund account. I already passed the challenge. If you could check out the previous videos, you're gonna see that I passed the challenge already. So this is my live 10K account. So I suggested in my previous video if I should do a weekly journal on my live 10K account, so I can show you the trades that I'm in, or if I'm in a losing week or I'm winning week, I'm gonna journal it. I'm gonna show you weekly though. And I did suggested that in that video, and y'all commented, y'all liked it, so y'all want me to actually do the series. So this is gonna be the second week on my live 10K my Forex Fund challenge. you know First of all, thank God for all the wisdom, knowledge, understanding that He have helped me to acquire, you know so I can help y'all improve your skill, which is day trading. Actually, I don't really trade forex. This is currency. This is indices. you know but anyways, let me take y'all to the charts. Let me show y'all what happened this week. This week was a very, I would say like you would say a losing week. Actually down 1% on my 10K account, but that's cool. 1% is nothing. I could make it back in one trade. I'll make 10 times that amount in one trade. So alright, let me take y'all to the charts, show y'all what happened on my second week on my live 10K account. So this is the second week, guys. Let's get into the video. Let's go on charts. Let's get it. This is the charts right here. So let me show y'all what happened. My first loss of the week was a Monday. On Mondays, I don't like trading in London session. I only trade on New York session. As you can see, this was a good trade. In this trade, basic, order block right here. I'm showing you how to draw order block so you can, actually understand it. I can see for yourself when you want to trade. If you want to implement it, it's up to you. This is just how I trade. God has blessed me with this knowledge, that I have acquired for 2 years of trading. So I'm just gonna share it to y'all. As you can see, this is the order block. This is how I draw my order block. I usually draw from the body, go down. This is the buy order block, and it reacted. So once it reacted, I look for a break of structure, and I pull back. I use a fib for my entries. As you can see, break of structure right here. This was the break of structure right here for me. On the first reaction, as you can see, came down back in deeper, and went up back. As you can see, this was a loss right here. Yeah, I lost on 49 pips on this trade. I was risking it for 221 pips, so I was gonna make 221 pips on this account. So if you calculate it, I use a 5 lots. I think I lost like around like 200 and some dollars, 2% on this trade. But the losses, I don't really care about losses, because it's profit. I was up 3%, I lost 2% of the 3%, so I don't really care about the profit, because I was already in profit. Once the initial balance, now that's what I have to do. I have to take care of the initial balance. You know what I mean? So once you are in profit, yeah, you could up your risk and stuff, but once you reach down to that initial balance mark, you can't lose more than 12% from the initial balance, which is the 10K. So that's how it be in my forex fund. So as you can see, I lost on 49 pips. I think this is around like 2 some, and I could have made, if I use a 5 lot here, so 5 times 2 to 1 is $1,100 on this trade here. As you can see, it did stomp me out on here. This was my initial trade right here. I'm just marking it up here so you can see the risk to reward. I'm going to delete this right here. This was the reality. As you can see, the price decided to come even more deeper into the order block, and as you can see, it stomped me out and then went and touched TP, which is cool. I'm very, I'm not mad at it. I'm actually happy that it did touch TP. I was happy in the direction, so that's a plus for me right there. So anyways, that's the first trade of the day of the week. Let me take you out to the second trade. Alright, so this is the second day on the trade, on the second day of the week. So as you can see, it has nice 100, made a big gap. And for those of you that don't know, once up here make a gap, it needs to come and fill that gap back again with price. it eventually fill the gap. It won't fill the gap right away, but eventually will fill the gap. These are two trades these are my setups. But I didn't take these trades because it was very high risk setups, because I don't like taking trades when I know that it's a big gap um, above it. That price had the potential to, come back and fill this gap. So if I was to take this trade and I lost, I knew that price is gonna fill this gap. I know that price is gonna fill this gap. That's why I lost this trade. But I actually, I just didn't take it. But it actually worked. So this was a very high risk trade. These two cells right here, a nice 87 pips and a nice 86 pips. I just marked it up, because it was very great. Nice. My strategy actually works. But the reason why I didn't take it because of the big gap here. Alright, so let me just fast forward. So I think this was like Friday. Alright, so this is Friday. These are my steps on Friday that I took. Two losses on Friday. This was a 11 pip loss, because you could round up to 12, and a 26 pip loss. Alright, and these two trades here, nice solid order block right here. Reacted. This whole thing right here is a order block. I marked off the top of the wick, and I went on the 5-minute time frame. You can use a 1 minute, a 3 minute, whatever you want to. I just use a time frame that I want to. You know what I mean? You can use whatever you want. This is how I trade. As I keep on saying this, that's how I trade. You don't have to trade like how I trade, but this is how I do stuff. In a 5-minute time frame, I see a nice little reaction, breaker structure, which is right here. Came up, pull back, use the fib, entered on the 70%. You can enter on the 60 to 51%. Is up to you. Risk 11 pips. I was looking for a nice 90 pips gain on this setup right here. This was a 1 to 9. You could say 1 to 9, but I lost this trade. I usually, once it's less than 10 pips, I go with a 10 lots, which is $1 per pip on my forex fund. One lot is equal $1 per pip on my forex fund. So I went with a 10 lots here, which is, I was risking 11 and $10 to gain $900. So this was a good, risk reward. So this trade didn't end up working, so I lost that one. Let me just, delete. So this was, I'm just marking it up here to show y'all the risk to reward and how much I'm risking to make. So I lost around like 110 because I used a 10 lot size. I don't usually use a 10 lot size. I only use a 5 lot. Once it's below 10 pips, I'm risking 10 pips. I'm gonna use a 10 lot size because it's less pips, if you understand. If it's like something like this, 26 pips, I would never use a 10 lot size. I will stick to my 5 lot size. It just have to, the market just gotta show me, show me those setups. And this was a time when the market showed me a nice 11 pips. But I actually, I shouldn't go with 10 lots here, but I said it was just 11 pips, one pip above, so I just go with it, so I end up losing like 110, 120, I think. Alright, so the next setup was here, reaction, next order block, as I'm gonna keep on saying this, order block right there, 30-minute order block, reactive on the 5-minute, came down. Alright, let me just remove this so you could be a little more clear. As you can see, my charts are very clear. I like my charts clear and nice and clean. You know what I mean? So beautiful breaker structure, which is right here. I'm showing the breaker structure. Boom, breaker structure right here. I use my the bodies to drop my fib. This is the loss, 26 pips. I actually lost in terms of money. I lost like 140, I think. 140, I can't really remember. I'm gonna just put it up on the screen. On every trade I lost, everything that I lost this week. I was aiming for a nice 87 pips on this one. 87 pips on this one, as you can see right here. Let me just remove this so I can show y'all a bigger picture. As you can see, I entered in this trade around 8:05, and let me tell y'all the news. In order to find the news in forex and indices, you need to go to my forex factory. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now, myforexfactory.com. I'm gonna put a link in the description if you want to check out my Forex Factory. Just a way to just look at the news. Just give you a heads up on what's happening. So on this day, had 8:30 news on NAS 100. As you can see, it was in this trade at 8:05. I entered this trade. I was up. I was in profit. I was up around 41 pips. I didn't go break even. I don't like going break even on my trades only once it hit a certain point. Once if price was to touch the 0%, I would have gone break even. But as you can see, price didn't touch the 0% on the fib, so that's why I didn't go break even. So this was the 8:30 candle. This was the news candle. As you can see, it spiked down, then it spiked all the way up. So you could say news was interfering with the technicals, so that's why it reversed, which is good. I want not NAS 100 to go up. As you can see, it is just skyrocketing. So yeah, that was my second week on my live thanking my first one challenge. It's a little bit of a long video because I went in a lot of trades. The last previous week I was in like only like 2 trades, so it was like a little easier, to do and faster to do. But this was my second week on my live trading account, my live thinking my force fund account. As you can see, NAS just skyrocketed after that second last loss. I want NAS to keep on going up, The news, 8:30 news hit, put up on the screen again. 8:30 news hit, skyrocketed. So it is what it is, man. Just a little review. I'm down 1% from the initial 10K balance. So yeah, let's see what next week brings. Let's see what the third week brings. Let's see. It's gonna be a lot of nice setups on the NAS 100, man. If you like the series, just subscribe, like, tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow me on Instagram at GTJFX. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Remember to always put God first. We'll never be last. Snipers up.